stood like skeletons, silhouettes of spilled ink. And the snows fell in sheets and got wrapped around our feet. Built the fire evermore with winter beating at the door. Brother's eyes are getting heavier, his bony hands cold and white. I can hear his ragged breathing like the wind along the night. They're deciding through the night in the home candlelight. I no longer felt the time.
Hey guys, welcome back. We have started the process of getting our hanging baskets hung up, and we made a little bit of progress today. Got several hundred of them up, but I wanted to give you just a very short update if I could, and kind of take you on a little walkthrough tour of how our plants are looking, and just kind of show you what's been going on here. We've been awful busy and we haven't been able to get any videos out for a few days, but that's kind of going to be the way it is from here on out. We just have too much to do and can't really take the time to get a lot of videos out, but we'll do the best we can. The first thing I wanted to show y'all was our heat mat. We have got a lot of seeds going here now. I think there's about 6,000 seeds here on this mat right now that we've got sown in the last few days. Maybe just a few more than that, but we have some more cabbage, some more broccoli. We have sown our zinnias, our marigolds, and some sweet peppers, along with some hot peppers. So that's what all's going on right there, and we're hoping to maybe get a few of them hot peppers to pop through. We sowed those a few days ago, so hoping they'll come through there before too long. Marigolds and zinnias usually just takes a couple days. If you want a plant to start with, try to learn how to seed. That would be two really good ones for you to start with as a homeowner. Man, they'll come up easy. They don't take much care at all. So marigolds or zinnias, either one. We sowed them yesterday, and they'll probably start coming up tomorrow. It's amazing how quickly they pop. I'll take you and show you here our Bloom Masters. They're really starting to grow. And you can tell, seems like almost to the day when they take a hold. And we're going to probably try to move these over to the big greenhouse within the next week. We need to really be moving some stuff, get some stuff spaced out, and be ready to refill these benches in a few weeks. And strawberries, we planted the strawberries 6 days ago, and I'm kind of excited to show you the improvement in these. If you go back and watch our last video, or a couple videos back about us planting the strawberries, you'll see how quickly they have changed. It's pretty cool. But it won't be long until we'll be moving them out of this greenhouse also. This is kind of like our nursery house. We start things in here and we run it warm, and then once they begin to take a hold, we'll move them to a cooler greenhouse. Just for instance, the tomatoes here, the first tomatoes that we sowed for our big potted tomatoes, we are probably going to move them to a cooler greenhouse here in the next 3 or 4 days and toughen them up just a bit, and then we'll be transplanting them into flats, and then from flats to pots later on. But you can kind of see how they have progressed. We're going to walk on down to the fern house right quick and kind of show you where our ferns are at right now on the Gerber daisies. We've got a cloudy, dreary, nasty day here today. It rained pretty hard there a few minutes ago. But it seems like we'll get a day or two of sunshine and then we're right back to 3 or 4 days of rain. But that may be about to change. It looks like the next 3 to 4 days after this is going to be decent. A little cooler, but at least some sun. Alright, so here's our ferns. They're really beginning to grow. You can kind of see they're filling in the holes. It's getting a little darker in here all the time. When you come in, the floor is a little darker. But I put them through a round of Epsom salts. We do use Epsom salts on ferns. They love it. You can almost watch them green up overnight when you do that. If you're going to be doing that at home, you'll want to do about a tablespoon in a gallon of water at least once a month. Wouldn't hurt to do it a couple times a month if you can think of it. That would be along with a good water-soluble fertilizer. Now over here is our Gerber daisies. We grow them in here with the ferns because they like nice warm conditions, and this is the best spot I've found on our place to grow Gerbers. And they have taken a hold. You can see quite the difference in them and the lantana here in the back. Lantana's really starting to grow. Now we just need a few more days of sunshine. We'll probably begin to see a few buds on them Gerber daisies here before too long. All right, we'll just take a little walk across to the larger greenhouse. I should probably show you the pansies. If I can turn this off here and get that door open. Okay, here's our pansies and violas. We're starting to see a few little blooms on the violas. We're probably a couple weeks out from being able to start selling these. They're growing quite well. Now we run this greenhouse a little cooler now. We ran it warm at first and we have cooled it down considerably in the last few days. And that's to kind of toughen these plants up to get ready to move them out to the cold frame. And on this side, we transplanted all the rest of our petunia plugs into flats. And these will be going in single pots later. But we hold them in these flats as long as we can. And we'll move these into the cold frame next week, toughen them up. And then around the 1st of April, they have to put on their big boy pants and they go outside. So they're tough. They can take a lot. It'll surprise you. I've seen them freeze down to 28 degrees and be just fine. So petunias are tough. We got a little bit of cabbage back here in the back that is ready to transplant just in the next couple of days. So that's going to be one of the next things that we do. So that was some of the cabbage that, if you've been watching, you saw in our video. Alrighty, we'll just take us a little walk over here. Beginning to make a little progress over in this greenhouse. Most of our planting for baskets is done. Now we're going to move on to planters, and that's going to kind of be the thing here for quite some time. But we got half of the greenhouse, as far as 10 and 12-inch baskets, is full. We can hold about 1,200 baskets in this greenhouse on both sides. So we've got about 600 up here on this side. And that's a little 3-gallon Bloom Master there. And we'll be hanging the decorative baskets and the weekenders here before too long. So we got our bench emptied up. We're ready to start planting 4.5-inch, 6.5-inch pots will be going on these benches. So we're just going to kind of... But probably the next thing that we'll get into is making up planters. We have some 12-inch and some 14-inch planters to do. So the 12-inch planters we're actually going to start on tomorrow. And we'll just kind of go out from there. But I just kind of wanted to show you guys what we've been into. And hopefully these videos don't get too long and boring. But it's just the way it is right here, right now. This is our life for the next few months. So I thank you guys for watching. We'll catch up with you on the next video.